Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I want to talk about a movie that's kind of grown on me a little bit. Hail Caesar, not the Coen brothers film. This is a 1994 movie directed by Anthony Michael Hall, who I do like. He was most well known probably for The Breakfast Club, and then a few years ago he was in that Halloween Ends reboot, which was terrible. Halloween Ends and I think Halloween, whatever the middle one was. Anyway, it also has a small part by Robert Downey Jr., who's pretty amusing in it, Samuel L. Jackson, who I can always take or leave, and Judd Nelson, who I like, but he has a very small part. So this film is very strange, but not like strange in a good way. Strange more just like a weird vanity project by Anthony Michael Hall. I guess at this point he thought kind of who he was, and he said, you know what, I'm going to make my own film. So he did, and for all intents and purposes, it's a bad movie. But I do kind of enjoy it. He plays a young man whose parents die. They're archaeologists, and they name him Julius Caesar because they're into archaeology and history. And his name is Julius Caesar Magruder. So it's a very Irish last name and then a very Italian first and second name. He's in this band called Hail Caesar, hence the name of the film, with this attractive brunette and I think he's supposed to be Polish or Russian guy named, it's Vlad, but it's spelt with a W, Vlad. I've never heard it spelt like that. And they're trying to kind of make something of themselves, and the band's really not taking off, and it's sort of like light rock and roll, it's nothing crazy. He's dating this girl named Buffer, who is some kind of socialite, and her father is a pencil eraser. He owns a pencil eraser factory that's nationwide or whatever, and is like a millionaire. And he hates Anthony Michael Hall dating his daughter, and he tries to pay him off to not date the daughter. So the main point of the story, which really isn't that great, is he makes a bet with Anthony Michael Hall that he's like a loser and he can't raise any money. And if he can raise $100,000 within a month or something, I forget what the time limit is, then he can stay with the daughter and be with her. But if he can't, and he can't show any gumption, then he has to leave and he can never see the daughter again. Meanwhile, he said to him at the beginning, I'll pay you off $100,000 just to leave her, which she's like really nasty in the film and very into herself and isn't loving or caring at all. So I would have just taken the $100,000 and ran, but obviously he's kind of an idiot in the film. All kind of hijinks sort of arrive. It's not like a slapsticky movie. It's more of like a trying to be funny with little quips. It almost reminds me a little bit of Freddy Got Fingered minus the gross out humor. I really can't say. And the funny part is he's in Freddy Got Fingered as that like agent or whatever, Anthony Michael Hall. And that's really it. He works at the pencil factory, the pencil eraser factory at one point. Everyone wants to kill him. You know, something explodes and he's covered in like pink pencil juice or some crap at one point. It's not really like a funny movie, but it has some strange beats to it that I sort of like, and I've now watched it 3 times. I streamed it twice, and I ended up getting this on eBay with a coupon for free. I think I maybe paid $1 or $2 with tax or something. And overall, most people won't enjoy it. There is some, growth from the character in the film a little bit by the end of the film. There's some kind of cute, almost like young adult stuff going on to where he's growing and kind of coming into himself. But he's also kind of annoying and full of himself a little bit as well. I'm trying to think. As I said, Robert Downey Jr. has a pretty funny part. He works for a record label. Samuel L. Jackson is a mailman who keeps getting attacked by Anthony Michael Hall's dog and flipping out. And Judd Nelson plays a prisoner. And there's a scene where Anthony Michael Hall's in prison, and he does the same accent that he did in Weird Science, where he makes believe he's like a black person and he tries to be kind of like hip. So he pretty much cast all of his friends in this film, and as I said, made a vanity project. I guess after The Breakfast Club and Weird Science and a few other films he made, he decided to go into his own movie. There's really no special features. There's like a trailer and some subtitles, which was a little disappointing because this is the kind of film I probably would have watched like a little background on, Overall, it's put out by MVD, by the way. Overall, it's not a good movie. It's just a really bad vanity project. But if you like Anthony Michael Hall, and I do, or if you like kind of that you know, in your early teens, sort of coming of age film, you might like it a little. If you grew up with this like on television all the time and you watched it, you'll have a soft spot, but I can't really see anyone else getting into this too much. Definitely took me a few tries. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Hail Caesar from 1994. I think it's pretty bad, but sort of charming in a weird way. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.